Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 4th down, Winston. Flush to his right.
That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Winston to throw for it on 4. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
7 yards, the pickup there.
7 yards pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To the air again with Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
Here's Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd down and goal. Winston eluding the pressure, and he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Vanette there to make the grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looks good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks, nothing.
touchdown. Lutz to kick it off.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson going to throw for it. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. To throw, Winston. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Underneath pass here to Van Eck. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Dancing to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of...
Touchdown! Nick Vanette with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Winston to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. And that was the old QB one-man band play there in the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants
at
the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Steps away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. He lets it fly for Lockett. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He hits his target, Lockett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Wilson connects with Tyler Lockett. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On play action, Winston. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
To throw is Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Underneath pass here to Van Ness. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime.
They'll try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone. And it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best designs. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Play action. Now Wilson. Being chased out left.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. This is DJ Reed returning.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town and 2nd and a country mile.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Lockett.
Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action now. Wilson.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And he'll get this out near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 48. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here's Reed. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw caught here by Metcalf.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
So now the Saints offense coming back out there. They're going to be called on to go for 2. Winston now after the fumble recovery.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Jameis to throw it. Flush to his right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down with a run.
Now Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Winston now. Dancing to his left.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again is Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Flush. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. Winston to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They go play action with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Following the interception, Winston eluding the pressure right. He's got the tight end, Vanette. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Steps away to his left. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Here's Winston. Flushed out right.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the backflip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Next score, Saints 7-8, Seahawks 14.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's Reed returning. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're... And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. On first and 10, it's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
What's good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Reed. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statistician.